Good evening. Tonight we're going to do in Lesson 8, write numbers to 1,000,000 in standard form and word form. I thought this was pretty interesting to share. These are Egyptian hieroglyphics. And if you look, their number system, quite different than ours. We have for number 1, they look like they have the same, one line. They're 10, they're 100. This is what 1,000 looks like. 10,000. Some type of animal is 100,000. And then this Egyptian person means 1,000,000. So I thought that was pretty interesting how they use their number system compared to ours. This is called a place value chart. We start with the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, then finally to the billions. Now, if you notice that in these different periods, they've got the tens and the hundreds, but it also repeats it again in 10,000s, and then you hear 100 again, and then you hear the 10, and then the 100 again. In each section of these areas, you keep hearing the 10 and the 100 being repeated. The commas are really important because they separate groups of 3 digits. So if we have 1, 2, 3, we're going to be having a comma. 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma. The commas separate the periods from each other. So they separate the ones period to the thousands period to the millions period. And they help us, they remind us of the place value that we're changing. Now, there are 3 ways of expressing a number. You have the place value chart, which is right here with these discs, place value discs inside. That shows us numbers. We have 2 ones, 4 tens. Or standard form. This is how we usually write out our numbers. And then another way, the third way, is the word form, where we write out every single digit. So today, we're going to be focusing on the place value chart, standard form, and word form. In this place value chart, we go up to the millions. We have 3 ones, 8 tens, 7 hundreds, 1,000s. We have 6 in the 10,000s and 2 in the 100,000s. What is missing in this? Well, something very important, and it's something that 4th graders usually forget where to place it. It's separating those periods. Remember to identify the place value, where we need to place the commas. 1, 2, 3. Now we're getting into out of the ones period and going into the thousands period. We need to place a comma. So how we read this is 261,000, because now we're leaving this period to go into the ones period, 783. So when you see that comma, that helps you stop and tell you what period are we at. We're at the thousands. The next place value chart has a number, 3642019. So this goes all the way to the millions. So we have the ones period, the ones, tens, and hundreds. We should know, that should remind us we need a comma. Then we are in the thousands period, which tells us that we need another comma here to separate the millions and the thousands. So how would we read this? We would read this as 3,642,019. We don't have any hundreds. We just read this as 19. Every time we get to that comma, we say what that period is. 3,642,019. And our next one, we don't have any millions or 100,000s in this one. So We've got 2 ones, 9 tens, 800s, 7,000s, and 3 10,000s. So what's missing is that comma. Very important comma. So after we get out of the ones period, we're going into the thousands period, which reminds us we need to have a comma. How we would read this? We would read this as 37,892. We're leaving the thousands and entering the ones period, so we have to say 37,892. All right, so here we go. We have a chart with discs in them, and we've got 4 ones, we've got 6 tens, 300s, and 1,000. And we need to take this and make a standard form and an expanded form. So I think I'm going to take this and I'm going to focus on the standard form and then break it up into the expanded. So when we do this, we have 1,000. How many hundreds? We have 3. And remember to put that comma in because it's separating the thousands period from the 100 period. Then we're going into not the 100 period, the ones period. And then we have 6 tens, and we have 4 ones. Now for expanded, we separate each value and we use pluses. So we're going to add them up. So we have the first one is 1,000. We need to write it out, and we need to put our plus. How many hundreds do we have? We have 300. How many tens do we have? We have 60. 6 tens, which means 60. And then we end it with the ones, which we have 4 ones. So expanded form is that we're stretching it out and we're including all those addition signs. So here are our 3 ways of writing numbers. We could use the place value chart in these discs, expanded form, and standard form, which is usually everybody's way of writing numbers. We also have word form, and in word form, we would do in the following section. Okay, this next problem is in expanded form, and we're going to put it all back together in standard form. So expanded to standard. So when we do that, we have 1,000 in the thousands place. We have a 4 in the hundreds place because it's 400. We have a 6 in the tens place because it's 60. And 2 in the ones place, 1,462. Okay, the next problem's a little different. It's expanded, but we have a missing number. We have 500,000 plus unknown plus 800 plus 6. So here is our 500,000. We don't have any 10,000s, but we do have a 9 in the thousands place. There's our 8 for our 800. We do not have any 10s, but we have 6 ones. So the missing number here would be this number right here, and that would be 9,000. So it's 45 thousands plus 6 tens plus 1 1. And this, notice it's in units right here. It has a number, but then it has a unit next to it. So we have 45 thousands plus 6 tens plus 1. What I'd like to do with these kind of problems is I'd like to write it out. So for this one we have 45,000 plus, what is 6 tens? It's 60. And then we have 1. So if we put this all together, we have 45,000. We do not have any hundreds. We need to put a 0 there to show no hundreds. We have 6 tens and 1 1. 45,061. Okay, this next one is showing us word form. And we're going to take word form and we're going to turn it into standard. So 600,606. A lot of sixes. So trying to fool us. So we have 6, did it again. I have 600,000, 606. The 6 is right here, the 600,000. It has to be in the 100,000s place. We don't have any 10,000s, and we don't have any thousands. So it immediately jumps right to the hundreds. And we have 600. We have no 10s, and we just jump right to the ones, which is a 6. So 600,606. All right, be confident in yourself, Snoopy says, to get through the next few problems. You guys can do it. In this number is missing a comma. Where would the comma go? The next one, where would the comma go in this number? In this place value chart, we have place value discs. Put the place value discs all together and make a standard form number. Be the best version of you. You did it. Have a great night, guys. Good job.